different, let's say, elements, you know, and features in mosques that it's not even something created in Islam. Like in ancient time, we had it, like for example, dome. I explained that the idea of making dome was after they understood that they got it, that the sky is round, and they started to make dome. So at the time of Sassanid and Romans, before the you know, Islam came to Arabs, we had domes and like molds, you know, like very huge ones. But for example, in this mosque, we will go inside, we will see this huge, enormous dome that the structure is a little bit different, with 2 layers, I will explain, and you will see how beautiful is that. What happened, like in the, let's say, decorations in mosques was, especially the time that we're talking about, the time of Safavid, the idea of mosque should be something, you know, like a very simple building. The first mosque, Muhammad, the Prophet, he made it, okay, and it was like very simple, with like putting like, you know, trees together and like using, you know, like leaves, things like that, making ceilings, and you know, make a very simple building for a mosque. So this is how it should be. But later, especially the time of you know, Safavid, when you know, religion was more important, especially for kings and people. So all the artists, they were depressed because people are like kings and people in power, they didn't care about art anymore. And artists, they started to show their art in a place that, especially their kings and rulers, they were they were carrying more, okay? So it was mosque first, like the building. So they were adding more like beautiful tiles and all the arts that they had. They started to show it in these, you know, like places to, you know, for people to see, yeah, to show their art. So, for example, about tiles, about the history of tiles, we had tiles at the time of Achaemenians and Persian Empire. We know that in Persepolis, we had tiles, but they were like one piece of tile with one color. It was easier to make. And but then they started to make more, like, to have more colors in one piece of tile. It was not very easy to do that because when they were putting that like in a fire, like oven, you know, to cook the tile, all these colors were like kind of mixing, yeah. And so it was not easy. Then the time of especially Safavid, they started to make tiles that we call it half rank, half for 7 rank for color. A tile, a very simple, a single small tile with 7 different colors in it, with that design, which was like a masterpiece, like a very new technique and design. Inside the mosque, I will take you to a part that they are making tiles, so you will see and we will have more ideas. And one more technique was mosaic. Here, this huge panel here, and this one, not that one on the side. These 3 especially, and more panels that we will see inside. This is mosaic, small pieces that they put together in order to make this beautiful art. And yeah, but you can see tiles also this style, which is like one piece of tile with like decoration and design. In mosque especially, it can be like, you know, something from nature, like trees and flowers, these types of design, and more design that I will show you inside and I will explain more. But represented, normally it represents the heaven, okay, and normally it's 2 colors, green and blue. That's why the one in Shiraz was very special, because it was pink, right, very different. And the other mosque, Lotfollah mosque, it's more, when we go inside, it's more like creamy color, and that's also very special. Yeah, and one more thing that I want to point it out here, before Islam, like very ancient time, we had like goddess, right? Goddess of water, which is Anahita. Nearly me. Yes, nearly you. Anahita like Anna, Anita, and Anahita. These are all from the name of Anahita. And so goddess of water, that for example, for water, let's say temple, or like fire temple, fire was like a pool, something like this. The water here was full of water, and it was like a temple, especially the time of Sasani, 1,600 years ago. A king was coming inside a temple to touch the water, okay, like as a clean thing, and also to make it more kind of
Holy water.
holy. Thank you. And after that, they could use this water, for example, for their farms, gardens, lands, and they had this idea that they will get more fruit. Okay? After the king is like touching the water and doing this like special ceremony. So to enter the mosque, people will normally do ablution, and you need to be clean. Okay, this is all like touching or like having contact with goddess of water. Look at these spiral shaft here, this decoration around. It shows waves of water. Okay, so when you enter the mosques, it's like you are crossing under these waves. Right? So you're clean to to enter the mosque. So these are like different, actually, let's say effects or like influence from the other beliefs or religions into Islam, especially. So please, let's go inside. Let's just like all around the door, and this part is all. This is shown like Imam Mosque, the most famous one in Esfahan, and because of all the beautiful tiles, okay. We have another mosque even bigger than this, which is the Jame Mosque. If you were interested to visit that mosque, it can be walking distance from this square too. If you were interested, I can point it out where you can have access. All right, so like normally, like the other mosques, actually, this side it has one part like a praying hall. The main part, of course, is back there, and it points the way of Mecca, okay, that way. And the other side, we have another, like the praying part. Now they use over there that part for praying, right? And, still they're using that for praying, but just a small part of that, not all the mosque. And what we can do is we're gonna walk this way to see this part, and there's a madrasa over there. We'll go inside and I will explain. Then we will go to see the main part, then another madrasa, so we will make a U-turn, and the corner over there there's toilets, and then we can go outside. Sank for stone, up, up, water, yes? So sang up. The entrance of mosque also, there was another one, I don't know if you noticed. On the way out you will see that again. But we had sangals in big mosques and like old mosques. Here, this was full of water, okay? And they, like, normally they could not use the water for ablution, because ablution was mainly, before, let's say, taps and like pipes, they could use the water in a pool in the middle of the mosque, but not sangals. Mostly when they were entering the mosque, they were just like touching the water, okay, like a holy, that's it. not for really washing or ablution. So they, look, this is a mihrab, yeah? Wherever you see this in mosque, it shows the way of Mecca, and it means they were praying in, that part. So that's where a mullah, a leader of praying, gonna stand in front of, let's say, toward Mecca and Qibla, and the other people in different rows behind him. All around the decoration, look, this is this blue part, blue panel. From right to left, of course. It's a script, a chapter from Quran, okay, the Holy Book, and one sign, which is interesting to get like the root of that, the root of this decoration. We have a little one up here, a blue one here, or the other side. You can see that. You remember Farbaha, the sign of Zoroastrian, the sign of Ahura Mazda, like the god, with 2 eagle wings and the head of human. So this is exactly the root of this design, or like you can see that the other side, and many places in this mosque. The root is from Farbaha, that it became like this decoration. Sometimes you might see this decoration in carpets too. So, and about the dome, echo, you see? The other one that we're going to visit is like amazing, how like the echo works in there. But anyway, you can see from here it's obvious that the dome has 2 layers. One layer that we can see from inside, another layer from outside. That's why the dome is looking bigger from outside, because that's a fake layer on the top. But in between these 2 layers, it's empty, just like air, That's why it makes this echo. And it's lighter too. They wanted to make it enormous, but it could be, not really firm. It could, collapse. But in this, by using this technique, it will stay forever.
Can people get between the 2 layers to set them here?
Yes, there is a room there. One more thing is, just imagine when they started to make domes on the top of like a square shape of, this is a square, yeah, like this room, and if they wanted to make a dome on the top, they had to make corners, right? Make some corners, for example, 4 sides, to make it like 6 or 8, and then the dome. These are corners in order to
support the dome.
Exactly, and make it like 4 corners to 6 or 8, and then to have the dome on the top.
The inside dome, the wall is thick or thin?
It's thick.
Thick.
You can see kind of.
Because it seems thin for me, From here, from long distance. Is any one of that?
Matters a religious school. Each part was like a private class. So 1 student, 1 master. Yeah, teaching about different, science, not just about religion. Yeah. The other side, another madras, the same corner. I'm not sure if they are there today, but there are some clerks over there. They talk like different language, influence like English, of course. And if they were there and you had any question about religion or something like that, you can talk to them. About here, look. So in the past, they wanted to know if it's a time for praying, if it's like noon time, and they wanted to make themselves ready for a praying time. This shade was something that, and this is stone, was like their clock. And so in the morning, okay, like that's the angle of the sun, right? The sunshine. So the shadow will be here, the shade will be here, and then when the sun is coming in the middle of the sky, it means like the noontime. This shadow will be smaller and smaller and then disappear. It means that's the time of praying. Okay? Okay. Look, the same system that's 2,500 years ago, they had this technique in Persepolis. What is that? So using lead in the middle of two parts of two parts of the shaft of the column. So they were using, as you see, they were using lead because to attach two parts together and decide that it's flexible, right? So at the time of earthquake, yeah, it could like just move two pieces on the top of each other. So their workplace for making tiles is not open, but from here, if I want to explain, you see this thing here, like a boat shape. This is exactly the size and shape. It's like one layer of the dome up here. From distance, you can see that better where they are repairing. So they make this, let's say, maquette or model, okay, and making tiles here, and then they're gonna move them up there. These white, like stucco parts that you can see, it's like stick on a surface. These are the tiles, and they have like some, you see, some like little hook, yeah, to hold it. From here, you can see that better. But anyway, the story is, first of all, different parts of dome. It's not like one piece of mosaic. It's like little one piece of tile, like little but not really small. Like this size, for example, of the different mosaic and tiles that they put together in order to do the decoration for dome. How they make that? First of all, they're gonna paint it. They're gonna make the design on a paper, on a piece of paper, and then they're gonna stick it on a surface of these tiles. Okay. And with the small pieces of tile that they make it all by hand. Now that they repair it, they also, have it with this old technique. It's not like machine, okay? The very amazing thing in this country is the restoration, how it's good. I don't know if you notice, especially like in, I don't know, like Persepolis, all the historical sites. That's it's really amazing, these techniques. So still they are making, it's very simple, like pieces that they use hammers, okay, to heat and make and design and decorate the pieces. And each of them they have like a code next to like a puzzle, okay, and they put them together. They make it like a panel, like for example this size, small pieces together to make just, for example, imagine one flower. And this hook in order to take it out, and they're gonna carry that up there to use for the dome. Okay, so they put like this size and putting them together. Okay, let's go for the next part. Seven more times, right? So just imagine a person was standing here to call azan to pray one time, yeah? So all around the mosque they hear them very well. That's the mihrab on the other side. Oh wow. So we're gonna do praying like noon and afternoon praying together, okay? Because in Sunni country, for example, so for Sunni people, they're gonna call noon praying. They do the noon praying, go home, and then again they will come to the mosque or like do the afternoon. But for us, it's like we're gonna be combined together, okay? Which is, so first the leader gonna go inside in the middle. Over there in the mihrab, call the time of, do the noon praying, and he will go up there, okay, in between these two sections, talk to people, and then again afternoon praying. Okay, one more detail I want to show you here.
Need a microphone.
Is that the water like? No, it's like a vase. At the corner, you pay in design and which is like a but because the other one is simple. And you know how hovering on marble stone if you want to, So anyway, artists, she creates signature in it, right? This is like a signature maker here. I know, even he put his name up here, and simple, but here his signature. Peace. So all the panels and decorations that you see around, like flowers or chapters of Quran, common decorations in mosques. But this panel is way different. Yeah, you can see birds and animals and like more trees and flowers. This panel, it represents the heaven. Do you know the story of Noah? Noah with his huge boat?
Noah.
Noah?
We call him, yeah.
We call him Noah. And he reached his boat in Turkey. No, that's not true.
Mount Ararat.
Anyway, so when he gathered like pairs of birds and animals, so these animals that you see here, those are the same animals that you heard in that story. Anyway, so in Quran, okay, the holy book, Noah is also Nuha.
We can say Nuha.
Nuh is like a prophet. It's not because some people they think that in Quran it's just like one prophet, which is Muhammad. No, like we believe in new Moses, Jesus, these are all like prophets for us too, the same. But the last prophet, Muslims believe that the last prophet was Muhammad. Because after Muhammad, people, this is the idea, people, they didn't need any other prophet, because prophets, they had miracles, right? In order to prove that, okay, we are chosen by God. God sent us, And but after that, people were wise enough, they didn't need more prophets. This is like the idea. Anyway, yeah, all these animals that you can see here. My favorite tile is here. 1, 2, 3. The third one, the drunk monkeys. Yes, the drinking one. So in heaven, like what in Quran says, in heaven, people that they are in heaven, there are like rivers of like wine and honey, things like that. So wine and drinking, things like that, it's possible in heaven. Not in this world, but the next world.
Looks like a macaw.
Can't see any kangaroo.
No, I didn't know that.
But that one looks like a macaw. How have they ever seen that?
Which one?
That's a hornbill. Or maybe just a duck.
It could be any
Could be anything, I
generic
understand.
bird.
Yes.
Every bird.
Every bird.
There's a panther-y thing up there.
But you
Panther-y, dragony thing.
panthers and cheetahs up there.
Yeah, phase 2 square. But this is not the way of Mecca. That's the way of Mecca. So that's why they make this part 2 more minarets here. So this mosque basically has 4 minarets. And that's why phase 2, let's say square, and and you won't feel it when we enter that you're changing your direction. That's because of that corridor that we walk through.
What's the pointed roof?
That's yeah. They could use that one for example, we have some religion, let's say ceremonies and things like that. That they're gonna use this huge
That's what I'm saying. Picture it.
Ah, look, get the other one, the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Architect in the time of Safavid, and also he was the king's father-in-law. So the king ordered to start this mosque the time that he was coming to the city. Okay, so he started that, and he wanted him. I mean, the king wanted him to do the you know, the architecture and like tiles and everything. And they called this mosque after his name, Sheikh Lotfollah. This mosque, as you see, one thing that is like way different and interesting compared to other mosques, it doesn't have any minarets, right? So minaret is a place that the person who is going inside to call the time of praying, you know, gonna go on the top of the minaret and call the azan, or like the time of praying. But this one doesn't have any, because when they finished this mosque, they were using this mosque as a private mosque for actually as a female mosque for the family of the king, like women and like you know, like the family, like royal family. All the women, they could use this mosque, and it makes it you know, what makes this mosque special and unique is first of all colors, which is like creamy color. Especially when it's sunset time, because of the reflection of like when the sky is like you know, like a bit pink and red. So the reflection in this tile and the dome is beautiful. And yeah, we're gonna go inside, and there's this the dome from inside. It's famous for the peacock pattern that I will explain, and you will see that. Before really going inside, I want to show you something up here. Okay. Oh, careful. Alright. Please come closer. Look at there, right at the top, like in the middle, you can see that blue panel. Okay, like right in the middle. There's a blue part.
Yes.
It's like a long neck and a body of a bird. Okay, see? And the tail is that light. Can you see that? Can you imagine? Yeah. So that's like a body of a peacock with its neck right in the middle of the blue part, and then the tail is this light. This is what this mosque is famous for, and in the past, of course, this was just like a natural, like the sunshine coming through. In the it depends, of course, like different seasons, but like the ankles or the sun. Yeah, so this tail could be complete, like bigger, or like, you know, closer to the noon, it will disappear. But now they're gonna charge it for us to see that better. They put these lights in the sides. Even the part in the middle, I mean the body of this peacock, and the neck is all like playing with shapes. You come on the other side, you can see it's just something hanging. So you can see the shape is like the body and the neck.